That President Ramaphosa, dealt with falsehoods as well as he could. But of course, no one can ever be prepared for that kind of ambush.
Yeah, I don't know if anything could have prepared the South African president for this kind of meeting.
How's it? Hang loose. Welcome to Mongoose Max Hawaii, the channel. Yikes. Okay, okay. Well, it's one of them things. It's Thursday. Aloha, everybody. It's Thursday, May 22nd. And a little vlog, little news, and a little side note too. Oh, let's get this thing on. Because colorful gimmicks. See, I no longer got my pinwheel to get. No, I'm not gonna get another one. And this one doesn't work now because of the battery thing. But a little side note, because I went over to Michael's and we did editing, and I was doing an editing on, right after Toastmasters, the last, this thing. Bless. And, got some feedback, and I was thinking, yeah. I'm sitting there defending my channel, but your news isn't that accurate. Oh, no, yeah. This should not be your news source unless you basically don't want to watch the news at all and you don't care about it. But this is, not really meant to be accurate news source. Sometimes I'll put up a stat or, just because I can say 37% kind of thing like that, or some emphasis. But this is really what it's really kind of meant to do. It's like news can be overly serious, and news, there's legacy media like newspapers and the main ABC, NBC TV channels. That's legacy media, and social media like this would be alternative sources, and people watch more alternative sources. Like I watch the joke guys like Seth Meyers or Oliver, with John Oliver or grandfather Kimmel, and the other guy, I wasn't thinking, I had to prattle off their names. Those guys. I can't think of that guy's name. What's his name? It does the one of the late shows. Anyways, I watch them for a little bit of inspiration, and they do have research teams which do, when they put out the news, they'll say it accurate, because half the battle is Trump administration, well, especially nowadays, that's the source, where he says that news is fake news. If he doesn't like it, he doesn't want anyone to pay attention to it, he calls it fake news. You're fake news. And ultimately, ironically, they lie boldface to the public on many, many occasions, and they spin, which is like a distortion, deception. There's a spin deception, and there's a full front lie. There's that tactic, and they use it over and over again, and that's just a fact. And I like science thinking, like observational science and real science. And, it's truth is closer to God. It's better to be an honest person, even if you get in trouble. It's better to be honest. It really is. But they purposefully, with intent, and they lie. So, what? And even when they do stuff now, they're doing stuff in bold in front of people, and they're trying to make it a spin acceptable. Like accepting the $400 million plane. They accepted that freaking plane from Qatar, and Qatar backs the terrorists, and they just give me a plane. It's not a bribe. It's not an influence. But in the Constitution of the United States, it says no gifts whatsoever to the president. No, none, nothing. Emoluments. Nothing can be given because of the influence, and Trump is like easily influenced by these terrible leaders, which we shouldn't be influenced by. He meets with these big giant leaders like, I'm gonna be his friend, I hope he likes me. You're not there to be friends. And he likes me because he gave me a $400 million plane, so they're okay. He met with the South African president of South Africa. I'm close. Who's kind of like, let me say, a good guy. And South Africa has a bad history. Like a kind of, apartheid is what it's called. This is where you get Mandela from. What's his name?
Sick.
Okay. Mandela comes from, he was trying to be the good guy and end apartheid. Apartheid is just ultra segregation, and even more than that. And the black people in South Africa really got the shaft, much like racism, in a huge form. Mandela tries to end it, but the new guy is also look. We're not having that. We're not having apartheid. It's gone. It's over with, But the remnants remain.
What year is it?
Elon is from South Africa. Now, Elon got out of the government, U.S. He's losing too much money. He's like, I'm going. And when South Africa comes over to, the president comes to visit U.S. president, the U.S. president already gave sanctuary to some white people from South Africa under the saying that
not likely
white farmers were being killed in South Africa. Now, that's not necessarily true. He's saying it's a racial thing, and look at all the massive graves. The president of South Africa comes over, and Trump cut the lights, we're showing the movie, so he had this pre-made film to show all the graves in South Africa, of all those white people that are being killed like a genocide. And it's a lie. Because they have a high murder rate, and people do get killed in any particular group, but it's not reverse apartheid. But Trump will lie to the public and say that. And here's the South African president sitting next to him, and he's having these things in front of the media now, not just in private meeting, but in front of media, in front of fake news as well. And even the fake news, one guy says, what about the Qatar plane? And he's like, you're a terrible reporter, you're not fit to think, go back to your desk and say you're terrible. So, he lies and then says other news is fake when it disagrees with him. Now, this is the kind of stuff I'm just pointing it out. You probably already know this. It's not that. The purpose of this place here, this little channel, is a lot like giving the raspberry. And so it's not so serious. You know, something, yeah, you kind of not ignore it, but it's there. That's what happened. Give it the raspberry, because what else can you do? You know, you don't want to get into argument with someone that is convinced Trump is right and says, you know, he's doing because he's not doing the right thing. And it's going to be ever evident with this economy and the stock market, the Dow Jones, one of the two bits that went down like 800 points. And then lights went out. The stock market went 800.
Have you been before?
Pretty big. And that happens because they don't know what Trump's gonna do. He just riffs stuff on, he'll say stuff, boo, 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 and he'll lie. And then he'll say stuff on a whim, and then he does executive orders. And if somebody kisses his butt, then he does an executive order for them, kind of deal. It's also lunacy, and it's gonna affect everything. So, but wait, I didn't want to rant too long. But this news, I tell you, is just so you can blow your nose at it, you know, raspberry, and it's just for like entertainment more, you know. So that's my little like mission statement for. It's just a loose thing. It's just like, well, whatever. It just seems like Hawaii's got news too. Let's go make fun of that. Yeah, try to anyway. Okay, this is real stuff, so you can't make really total fun of it. But here we have the West Loch disaster, and they memorialized it. It's like something that happened toward the tail end of World War II in Pearl Harbor.
No account.
The West Loch is just this area, and there was like something, and it just like went boom. I think it was the ammunition area. So like 75 people died. And I don't know if it was a mishap or a bomb went down, or I don't even know if they know. I don't know. It might not even be known. But lives were lost and blah blah. And here, Trump ambushes South African president with claims of genocide. That's a freaking lie. What the? And he's gonna have like the South African president's like, I beg to differ, because look what happened to Zelensky, president of Ukraine, when he challenged the vice president. He got kicked out. So the president of South Africa is like, what the? Okay, so meantime, there's sports. There's like baseball, UH team. I don't know. They're rolling on. They're winning. They cover these people when they win. When they lose, you're out of the picture. So there's no more. Well, the volleyball's over with anyways. They lost the final game. But baseball, they're still winning. So they cover you guys. Okay. A little bit of. Just relax, because this is what this is whatever. Remember 1960? That was the year. Think back, that's the year to relax. Just gather with your scout friends and be a part of, I don't know, SpaceX there. early Space Force. 1960. Maui Boy Scout Clyde and Scoutmaster Sam and Explorer Scout all white Luku stay hydrated on a hot day in Jamboree, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Down the Jamboree in Colorado. Why do you think they ever had the word hydrated when it was like 60s? Drink some water. Where's my canteen? There's the word canteen. I remember Scouts, they had canteen. Word of the week. We're lucked out. Japanese word of the week. It's from, I don't know, it's from Japan. I thought it has a map of where in Japan.
Dora Recco.
Dash cam. Dora Recco. So it's like, thank you. Yeah, that was good. we needed the word of the week and get lost. Okay. And finger in the pulse here. Boop.
Demon.
Demon? No, it's not a demon. It's just letters to the editor. That's all. Identifying laws or out the destruction of Israel's wrong. Act. No need to otherwise bridges, canal, auction off the guitar jet. Well, yeah, like they're gonna auction off the guitar jet. We'll just do this one, I guess. We'll just address an issue.
Gaza urban destruction policy by Israel is wrong.
The actions and interactions of Israel exhibit a new frontier in urban planning. It's called, quote, total urban destruction, unquote. A premeditated, routine, publicly stated approach to causing human suffering and ethnic cleansing, announced by Israel's public officials and testified to by its soldiers. Gaza and its people are the primary target of this current Zionist campaign of horror. But the Palestinians in the West Bank simultaneously suffer ramped-up Israeli violence and displacement. Any U.S. politician who continues to support Israel's long-time, ever more blatant racist agenda, militarily or diplomatically, has completely lost their ethical bearings. George Hudes Manoa. Oh, thank you, George, for sending in your letter to the paper, now making it public domain. And talking in Tutu voice. That's really cool of you. It's Hamas. I mean, huge universities, big name universities, lost billions of dollars in federal support for these universities, which is important. They're not just like giving universities money for no reason. They do stuff like cancer research. The research happens at the universities. Other stuff happens as research, science research happens at these universities. That's cut off. No more cancer research. Well, it's cut down back heavily. See, I'll be like 31%, I think I saw one thing, of cancer research is cut back. But these universities do research, which is extremely important. So you get one free speech student saying, "Go Palestine, go Palestine, boo Israel." And they're deported, and the university loses money. So, but I never agreed with pro-Palestine stuff, PLO, just because of how I actually feel, not the politic. Well, not the Trumpy politics. See, Israel, we should be allies with Israel. It's the last. Everything else around it is Arab. And you got to have a peace in the Middle East. That's the longest. That's a huge thing. Trump goes Israel good for his own reasons. Because now that they're bombing Gaza, he can develop it. He's going to take it over and develop it as a real estate developer and build a Mar-a-Lago kind of thing. That's his thinking. I don't know if it's going to happen, but that's his thinking on it. But here's why I don't like the Palestinians, because it's a second state, and maybe they should, maybe they shouldn't. I'm not arguing that. I'm not, debating that. But here's Israel, and this one wants to destroy Israel. They want Palestine. They're saying, we're here first. They weren't. They didn't. Anyways, a long story. So they're complicit. They're compliant. They're in league with Hamas, which is backed by Iran. Iran backs Hamas terrorist group. They're saying, yay, terrorist group, go get those bad Israelis. So they've been intertwined with Hamas. They look at Hamas as they're the leaders of our country, in a sense, or their state. They're the ones why we still get to be here. Hamas, our heroes. But they're using all this mega money from outside, even humanitarian money, to
What do you mean?
enslave children, to build underground tunnels, to have secret terrorist operations in Gaza. So they have underground tunnels built by children, slave labor. God, you believe this? So don't support Hamas, but
Demonic.
you can't support Palestinians are just there except when they're kind of compliant with Hamas. Nowadays, they're not compliant with Hamas. They're like, we're tired of Hamas because nobody likes Hamas. So Israel, after getting invaded and having 200 people captured and people killed and 200 hostages as well, just went like, look, we're going to go in there and bomb you, damn it all, you know. So Palestinians are getting killed as a result of Israel trying to eradicate once and for all Hamas, because you can't just go bomb and then come back because they're in the tunnels. So they just have to basically destroy Gaza and kill everybody, and that is their military approach. It's like you lived in a war zone and you're complicit with the terrorists, and that's their position on the Palestinians. It's not I'm killing you all because you're Palestinian. So it's not genocide in that regard.
Dangerous.
So even though it's a war thing and it's another level of, yeah, they all get killed because they happen to be there, that's tragic. It's really, really tragic that anyone's getting killed and that they're freaking... But that's Israel's solution, and they got the right to choose what they're going to do. Or Trump goes to Saudi Arabia and allies with Saudi Arabia, who can fund or unfund a lot of that area too. So who supports the terrorists with money? But Trump's got a big plane from Qatar, who's known to support terrorists. It's also crazy. It's a crazy world. We can't change it by saying stuff against it. But you know what we can do is say, hey, if you have an opinion, you should be able to voice it without being sent to a gulag in El Salvador. And hope they don't take away citizen rights like due process and habeas corpus, which they're working on. Can you imagine? Habeas corpus is they just throw you in prison for no reason whatsoever. And when you say habeas corpus, that's the citizen's right. Say, hey, look, prove probable cause.
Please listen.
You have no reason to hold me. You see that in the police movies all the time. Yeah, you're charging me with anything? You have any reason to hold me? Then you gotta let me go. That's a habeas corpus in action. They want to take that away. What happens when they take it away from regulars? They take it away from them, and then they take it away from the reporter. I talk too much. Anyways, that's all for today. Assuredly, I'm listening. Okay, it's sorry to make like long time. I'm trying to make these actually short, but so remember, this is all tongue in cheek. Can't do anything about it, so don't get stressed out about it. So that's what that is. Don't stress. No worries, I guess. Oh, have a good day. Aloha to you. Bye. Oh, I'm gonna push right button.
Okay. Aloha. Look, it's a little baby. The birds are everywhere. Oh, don't stress. No worries.